Hi. Okay, hi, it's wonderful to see all of you join in. And as you all know, today we are going to be talking about the tell me about yourself question in an interview. That's a difficult question, isn't it? That's what we're talking about today. Now, imagine this scenario where you've applied for a job. Hi, Vipul. Hi, Smita. Hi, Radhika. Hi, Ria. Okay, so imagine this scenario where you've applied for a job. You're really excited and you really want to get in, right? And after this application process, you waited and waited and waited to get that interview call. Hi, Ria. And you get it, right? And then once you get the call and you go, you've prepared for the interview, you are ready, okay? And now when you walk in, the interviewer asks you this question. Tell me about yourself. And all of a sudden you panic. Why? Because he already has your CV. He has your resume. So he knows your qualifications and your educational qualifications. So now what does he want to know? How exactly should we answer this question? Hello Fayaz. Hi Sarika. Hi Hina. Okay, so that's the question that we are going to talk about today. How to tackle this extremely important and extremely difficult question. Okay, let's just wait for a few more people to join in and then we'll start. Hi Anita. Hi Nikita. Hi Vineet. It's wonderful to see. Hello, Vineet. It's wonderful to see a lot of people just come for every live. It's amazing. Great. So, like I was saying, today we'll be talking about the tell me about yourself question, right? And we all know that first impressions are very important. So when the studies that show that when you go into an interview, when you go for an interview, the interviewer makes up his mind whether he will hire you or not, or at least makes up his first impression of you in the first 3 minutes. So we need to nail this question right? So hello Shashi. So what we are going to do today is we are going to after today's live, you are going to be able to answer this question confidently. You're also going to know the formula to script it properly, and in the end we'll talk about all the grammar issues that are commonly present. Hi Anita. Hi Praveen. Okay, so let's start with what exactly does the interviewer want. So what do you think the interviewer wants to know when he asks you this question? Any ideas? So the interviewer, do you think he wants to know your entire life story? Do you think he expects a 10-minute answer or a 20-minute answer? No, right? So he wants to know whether you are a good fit for the company. He wants to know, yes, he wants to see your confidence. That's good for us. He also wants to know what is your attitude towards work. All of these things can be judged from that answer. That is one answer which gives you the chance to show that you are the perfect fit, perfect candidate for that role, better than all the 50 people waiting outside. It is your chance to get hold of the interviewer's attention, to keep him interested in what you are going to say. Yes, exactly, Deepa. How useful you can be for the company. That's what he wants to know. Vineet, we'll talk about it. The way to handle fear while giving an interview is to be prepared. We know the kind of questions that they ask, right? So how will we, once we are prepared, we won't feel scared anymore. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is whenever he says tell me about yourself, we will not talk about our hobbies or about our sun signs, or just informally go and say hi, I'm Vanshika, and I teach English, and it's nice and it's fun, so I want to teach English at your place. That's not the way we are going to go about it, right? Everything needs to be with the intention of Why should they hire you? Okay. The second part is, now what should we put in our answer? Okay, there are 3 parts to it. First thing that you do is, you talk about your present. What is the current role that you are working in? What is your current, what is your highest educational qualification? What are you doing right now? You always start with that. Then after you're done, you talk about your past. You look at the job description, you read what kind of qualities they are looking for. You can, underline and pick words that they put in the job description. And then from your past, look for accomplishments, look for examples, or look for instances that you can talk about, which showcase those attributes, right? So that is what you talk about when you talk about your past. And last thing that you do is, you talk about your future goals, right? So you will talk about what do you want? What do you want from your future? How do you think the company can help you, and how do you think you can help the company? You should always end with, this is why I will be a valuable addition to your company. That's the whole idea here. You are telling them why you are good for them. Okay, we are going to go over it step by step. We are also going to look at grammar and language that we can use. I am going to get you all on live so that you can tell me, we can practice this. We can practice this. Any problems that you have, I will help you draft your answer better. Okay, great. So let's start. Let's start with the first thing. When you walk in, you start with a greeting. Is it okay if I say hi to the interviewer? Anybody? Can I go and say hi, what's up? No, right? Interviews are extremely formal. So we have to use completely formal language. We have to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time. Right? Before 12 noon, we say, anybody? What do we say before 12 noon? That's right, we say good morning. Right? And what do we say from 12 to 4:30? We say good afternoon. Right? Between 12:30 and 4. What do we say after 4:30 to like 8 o'clock at night or whatever? After 4:30, what do we say? Good evening. Right? And then now let's say the interviewer asks you your name. Can I say, hi, I'm Vanshika? No, right? So you have to say your full name. Vanshika Nivetia, or whatever your name is. You have to say your full name. Can I say I'm Miss Vanshika Nivetia? No. So you don't add Miss, Mrs, Mr before your name when you are introducing yourself. You will say you can say I am Vanshika Nivetia. I am first name, second name. My name is first name, second name. Can I say myself Vanshika Nivetia? Definitely not. Okay. So myself Vanshika, I know a lot of people who do this in interviews, right? You say instead of saying I am or my name is, you say myself. So that's one of the things to look out for. That's incorrect. Okay. So can anybody type this in the comment section? My name is. Thank you, Shobha. That's good. My name is. Can you write your name also? My name is Shobha. Yes, Vibhav, can you write the full sentence, please? I am. Right, okay. So that's the first thing to keep in mind, right? You're already on your way to making a good impression. Now let's say he asks you, tell me about yourself. The first thing we do is, like we discussed earlier, we're going to talk about our present. So let's say you're working at the moment. What are some things that you will say? You will talk about your position. Thank you, Shobha. My name is Shobha Kumari. That's good. Yes, Shashi, you will give your full name, not just your first name. Very good. My name is Shukha Chauhan. Great. Wonderful. You all got this. Great. So now the next step is let's say you're working somewhere. So what are some things that you will add in? First thing you will mention is your position, right? What position are you working at? You can also mention the name of the company that you're working in. Third thing you will mention is Number of years of work experience in that company or in that field. Okay, that's good, Vipul. I was working for Oxford 3 months ago. That's good. Correct. So, position, and you'll also mention the duration. So, for how long did you work there? Or you can also mention the field. For example, you're into marketing. You can say, I've been in this field for 5 years, for over 7 years, for 10 years. So, mention the position, mention the name of the company, mention the number of years you worked over there. Then we move on to accomplishments. So you need to mention any awards that you've got or that you've helped your team get. So let's say our team won the best sales teams of the year 2 years in a row. Right? So, yes, okay. I am a teacher in math. I am a maths teacher. Or I teach mathematics would be better. Okay. Great. So after we are done with this, let's say you're not working. Then what do? Then you need to talk about your education. In your education, what are things that you will mention? First mistake that people make, they use abbreviations. I am a graduate and I am doing BBM from NMIMS. The interviewer does not necessarily know this. So always use easier language. I'm a graduate. I am pursuing a management degree from full name of the college. Right? Sometimes it's not easy unless it's an IIT or an IIM. Chances are not everyone knows the full form, right? So we should not use abbreviations. Also in your degree, instead of saying BBM, LLM, BTech, say I'm an engineering major. Or I am, I'm a software engineer. I've got a bachelor's degree in education, right? So that is a better way to talk about, more conversational also, instead of just, okay, I've just passed class 12th, right? So I'm a high school graduate is something you can say, Shobha, right? So that is one way you can talk about your educational qualifications. Let's do a practice for this. I want you all to send me a request and we'll just practice this part, the greeting and the professional qualification. So anybody who wants to try, please send me a request to join, and let's practice this here in front of everyone so that they can get an idea. Anyone? Would anyone like to practice talking about their professional qualifications or talking about their educational qualifications? Please send me a request to join, and we'll practice. Any problems that you have? Yes, Shobha, so you can please join, send a request to join. There's a button on the right hand lower corner, it says request to join. Please click on that and I'll get the request, I'll bring you on live. Anybody? Okay, so while we are waiting for the requests to come, let's talk a little bit more about, yes, okay. So anybody who wants to join, please, they can send the request. I'll bring them on and they can practice. In the meantime, I want to talk about the next thing, which is accomplishments. Talking about your accomplishments is very important, but try to talk about the most recent accomplishments because they are the most relevant. So you can start with any awards, like I mentioned earlier, any awards that you have got, or your team's got, or your company's got, anything you've done, any contributions you've made that have helped you get any help the company increase its productivity, increase its sale. Okay, I have a request right here. One sec. Hi, Vibhav. Hi, Vibhav. Are you there? Okay. I think he have another. Request right here. Vibhav, would you like to send a request again? I think it got disconnected. Yeah, okay. Hi. Okay, hi Manish. You can send me the request again if you want. I think. Okay, so I'm just leaving this open. Anybody who wants to practice talking about their professional qualifications or educational qualifications can send me a request to join. Okay, now, like I said, moving on to accomplishments, we can talk about awards. Any way in which you've contributed to the increase in sales, increase in productivity of a team, right? You need to mention all of these things as an example, right? And give proper proof or proper facts. So you can say that, you know, I was a part of XYZ company, and while in their sales team, I helped increase the sales from by like say 8% or 10% over 2 years. So you can give an actual number that really helps. That also keeps the interviewer interested because they can see, okay, this person can add value to my company. So that is what you have to do when you're talking about accomplishments. Let's say you're a college student, so you don't have the work ex. Then what are you going to do? You can talk about any accomplishments or anything that you've done in your college, any research paper that you've written, any event that you've organized. Everything helps you develop some skills, doesn't it? And that's what the interviewer is looking for. He's looking for skills. So let's say that you've studied music, from vocal music. You've done vocal music training from you when you were a kid. You can talk about it, but you have to mention a skill. And you can say that, you know, this has helped me become more disciplined and dedicated. Let's say you've helped organize an event in your college or in your school. You can say this has helped me become work with people really well. This has also helped me become good at handling logistics. Let's say you've worked in you've played some team sports like basketball or football or cricket. You can say that this has taught me how to work very well with people, and also I'm a team player. I can work. I play very well with, you know, other people. So that is another thing. So, but the important thing to keep in mind here is, no matter what accomplishment, no matter what kind of a hobby or any activity that you've done, you mentioned, you need to connect it to a skill. Okay. So we are going to practice that also. Before we do that, just one last time, does anybody want to talk about their professional or educational qualifications? Okay. I have someone here.
Hello.
Hi, Fayaz. Good to see you again.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yes.
So I
So,
missed the first part. Yeah. I just want to like recap it a bit and then we can practice.
okay. So we are practicing, of course, the tell me about yourself question. And
All
the
right.
part that I want to help you practice right now is the part where you talk about your professional qualification and your educational qualification. So
All
when
right.
I say, yeah, so you need to talk about your current position, and you will mention your
Okay.
position, the name of the company, number of years you've worked over there, and the number of years experience you have in this field.
Okay. But if I'm not working at present and I am a freelancer, so how should I respond to this? Like because obviously I'm not working full time somewhere. So how should I respond to this?
Okay, so we can practice that. Why don't you try giving me an answer, and then I will
Okay.
help you with some corrections. Okay. So Fayaz,
Okay.
tell me about yourself.
Okay, my name is Fayaz and I am a marketing professional. I work as a freelancer from past couple of years now, almost 5, 10 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you can mention a few big name companies that you've done freelance work for. If you don't want to take the
Okay.
names of the companies, you can talk about
Mm-hmm.
the sectors that they are in. So marketing is
Okay.
different in a lot
Yes.
of
Yeah.
sectors. So you can talk about
Yes. Yes. Yes.
you've done marketing for a company that's in the education sector or in the pharmaceutical sector. It also
So,
depends on the company that you're applying for. So if you're applying for a pharmaceutical company, a good idea would
mhm.
be to talk about work you've done in that sector.
Yes. 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 And
Yeah.
that's a better way to actually put it. So
Yes.
yes, I think I have worked in almost 3 4 sectors, and broadly it is edutech, it's tourism, and it is media.
Okay,
So yes.
let's say I'm a pharmaceutical company and you worked in these
Hmm.
three sectors and you've not worked in pharmaceutical sector. So what are you going to do
Okay.
then? You have
Okay.
to
So maybe I have to relate it somewhere with this current
yes,
position.
yes,
Okay. Okay. So
yes.
for example, I do not have. So what would be the ideal answer here to actually say, okay, why I'm fit for this job?
So in that case, you talk about skills. If you can say
Okay.
that I worked, if you don't have the same sector, then you talk about
Mm-hmm.
skills that you've got in the sectors that you've worked in. So working with people,
All right.
that's the next part that I'm going to deal with. I'm going to teach you some
No.
vocabulary, some adjectives that you can use, and also try
Okay.
and give you all some language. So keep listening, keep being a part of the
Yes,
studies,
sure,
and you'll
sure.
hear what to say
Sure, I
next.
will be fine. Yes,
Right. So
yes, yes, yes. Sure,
that's
sure,
what I'm
sure.
going to deal with next. Good question, Fayaz. Thank you for
Yes,
joining in.
yes, yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes. Is there anybody else who would like to come and practice? Anybody else who would like to come and practice talking about their educational qualifications, talking about their professional qualifications? No? Okay, never mind. So next thing we'll talk about is the skills, right? What kind of skills will you talk about? I'm going to share a picture with all of you. Using adjectives is a great idea. Now, what are adjectives? Adjectives are describing words. Okay, let me share a few with you. Can you see these? Do you think these are some words you can use to describe yourself or talking when you're describing your skills? I have a request. 1 second.
Hello,
Hi.
ma'am.
Hello. So tell me
Atikul this
about
side.
yourself. Okay. That's another thing. So how do you introduce yourself?
First,
My name.
I tell my name, like my name is Atikur Rahman, and
Very
I
good.
am a graphic designer, and
Perfect.
I have 4+ years experience in this field, and
Okay.
currently I'm working this, and uh, I have good hand on this softwares, like on what I'm working on.
Right. Any softwares you want to talk about, maybe Photoshop or Corel Draw or
Yeah,
graphic designer, right? So you
yeah.
probably work on these. Yes, that's a good answer, but we can add a few things. You can talk about some companies that you worked for, or if not companies, again, sectors that you worked for. What kind of graphic designing you've done? It could be for anything, right? It could be for cards, it could be for advertisements, it could be for illustrations. So a little bit more detail about that would help.
Yeah, I can tell
Would you like
them
to
that
try?
what kind of sector I have worked. Like I have worked for government officials and for IT also. Recently,
That's
I
good.
was
That's
working
great.
for government official, and
Okay.
I was handling all the designing and artwork individually.
Okay.
I
That's
was the
that's that's
only designer there. So
okay. Right. So those are some very good points. Can you talk about? You can also talk about any accomplishments you've made. For example, any awards that you've won or any courses that you've done. Have you done a course in any of these softwares that you use for
yeah,
graphic designing?
I have done a 15 months master diploma from
Okay.
a private organization.
Right.
It's
From a
Oxford
private
Software Institute.
institute.
Yeah.
Yes. Perfect. So that's another good thing to mention, right? So we need to mention everything that you think will help you land the job. So you're doing all of these things are good. Now you can make your answer a little bit more attractive by adding some adjectives. Like for example, you have single-handedly handled all the designing work at the government official's office. So you know how to work alone. Can you also give an example of whether you can work with teams? Have you ever worked with a team of people?
Yeah, I have worked with the marketing person. Uh, the designing part was on me only, and they were
Okay.
helping me for some of ideas and sometimes
Right.
for
So you
content
can
writing.
So you can mention that also. You can say that not only can I work alone, I can work with other people as well. Right? So
Okay,
that's I'm
thank
a team player and I can work alone and I can handle all the work on my own. I can meet
okay.
tight deadlines. Maybe you can mention that. So just listen to the next part of the live. We are going to talk about language that you can use to add and when you're talking about your skills. Otherwise, you're doing a good job. Just don't say your name this side. My name is. Be formal. Okay? Great.
I have
Thank you
one
for joining.
story. I want to. Okay, thanks.
Yes, please.
Can
No, no,
I?
you can. Of course.
Okay. I have one story recently where I was working. There was an event on very next day, and there was no not much designer to help them to create all the artworks. So I was the only one. So I created uh, all of the artwork, and I delivered all the artwork to them, and they when they represent the all the designing part to their like their manager, who was government officials. So my team manager said that all the artwork we have done with the uh, advertisement agency, but that was not right, as all design I have done. So how can I tell them in a good way, if you can help me with this?
Yes, of course. You can say that recently I was working for a firm, and for some reason that I was the only designer there. So, like what you're saying is correct. Once you write it down, you'll be able to say it more confidently, right? So you did all the artwork, and when it was sent to the client was overjoyed. He was so happy and satisfied with your work. He said that this was much better than advertising agencies hired by them earlier. So this, as you single-handedly were able to do the work that big companies were not. They you were you can say that my clients are always happy with my work, and you can
Okay.
also name the client. That will also help. And then I have a list here of action words or describing words that you can use. Pick up words from there, and I'm going to share a few phrases, see if anything works. And a good idea is to read the job description, any job that you are applying for, read the job description, and then pick the words. Pick words from there only. That's what they're looking for. Add them to your answer.
Okay.
So
Thank
they
you.
say, I want someone who's dedicated. Say that you are dedicated. Add that to your answer. Okay.
Thank you.
So yeah, we we'll be learning some more language today on this after this. Okay. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
You can just yeah, leave. Is there anyone who else would like to? I'm sorry, you will have to leave because yeah. Okay. Thank you, Ati. Great. So like I was saying, I was talking about different types of skills, right? So here is a list of adjectives that you can use. You can say that I'm hardworking, reliable, easygoing. Any other ideas other than these words, please type them in the comment section. So, Rajni, I've accepted your request. Seems to be some problem. Okay, great. So, like I was saying, you have all of these words that you can use. Any other words that you think you can use, please comment in the comment section, right? And I also want to share some language. Now, this time I want to play a game with all of you, okay? Anybody who wants to play that game can please send a request to join. Rajni, could you send me the request once again? It says you are unable to join. Okay. So I'm going to name a profession and I want you all to pick. Yes, we have Rajni. I can't see you.
Oh,
Are you there?
are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I don't know why I can't see you, but anyways, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, sure. See, my name Rajni Gaur, and it's like I'm born and brought up in Faridabad, and I'm currently doing the work as an account manager in entity data. And
Okay.
from the personal side, I have a kid and I'm married.
Okay. So here what we do is we say my name is Rajni. Rajni, are you there? I think you got disconnected again. I'm sorry, Rajni. I think you got disconnected. Okay. So while we are waiting for the others to join, yes, who's here?
Hello.
Hi.
A very good
Hello. Hi.
afternoon.
Good afternoon to
Hi.
you too. How are you?
Thank.
So,
I,
how are you today?
I'm doing well. What about you? What about you?
I I'm also doing well. Thank you. So,
Uh,
tell me a little bit about yourself.
uh, my name is Abdul Haq. Basically, I belongs to Afghanistan, and actually, I studied in inlingua in just 2029. That's why you became live, and I just wanted to become live with you, and I missed that
Okay.
time. That's why remind me that I have to go live with ma'am and discuss something.
Okay. So that's great, Abdullah. I'm glad you decided to join. Today we are discussing how to talk about our professional or educational qualifications, and also how to describe our skills. Which one would you like to do?
Excuse me, pardon me, ma'am. Could you repeat that again?
Can you talk about your professional qualifications?
Actually, I completed BCom honors from Delhi, New Delhi, Jamia Millia Islami University.
Okay, that's
Yes.
good. And are you working at the moment?
Yes, I'm working. I have joined my family business in Afghanistan. Now I'm currently in Afghanistan.
Oh, okay. Wow, you're joining in from far away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I
Okay. So why don't you talk about? Okay, it's really nice of you to join, and let's try and practice some language for skills. Okay, can you describe the
okay.
kind of skills you use professionally? What kind of skills do you have?
Actually, ma'am, everyone has their own skills, but they have to work on that. Actually, I'm working still on that. That what is my very strong potential parts that I have to work on that, and what's my very strong skill. Actually, how can I say that in respect of language, I could say that my speaking, how can I say, my speaking would be a little bit better, but speaking is my strong skill in language, and that's
So
all.
you
And
have
one
good
thing,
communication skills.
yes, good
You
communication.
can.
Overall, if apart from language, if I see that that I have good skill is focus. I focus a lot on everything, and whatever task submitted to me, so I have worked on that, and until that I completed.
Right. So you can say I'm very dedicated and I pay close attention to everything and I
Yeah.
ensure that I complete my task in
Mhm.
time
No, okay,
and
that's
I complete my task perfectly. I'll just share a picture with all of you and there are a few sentences there, okay? And you can try and see if you can, if you know, some of them fit you, okay? So I'm just going to do that for now. Thank you for joining, Abdullah. And after you look at that, maybe you can send a request again. Then we'll practice the skills.
okay, okay, okay. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
Thank
thank
you,
you.
thank you. Have a good time.
Yeah, you too.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Okay. So here are some ways in which you can talk about, these are some sentences that you can use when you're talking about your skills. You can say, I'm a hardworking, energetic, reliable person with a creative approach. I can adapt easily to all kinds of working environments. I'm flexible. I'm eager to broaden my knowledge. Right? So, this is some of the language that you can use. Let me share a slightly easier version of this also. So, you can say things like, I'm an excellent communicator. I get on with people at all levels. I can work well on my own or as a part of a team, right? And if any of these are true for you, please send me a request to join and we can maybe talk about it, try to figure out the language, how to say it better. But just to give like an overall view, these are some things that some sentences that you can use when you are trying to talk about your skills. Now, let's say you've talked about your professional qualifications, educational qualifications. You've talked about your skills. Next, you just say that you can compliment the company. In the end, you can say that this is a leading organization. It is my dream to work for you. You can, just add a few compliments and then say that I would be a valuable addition to your company because I'm very passionate, I'm dedicated, and I work very well with people. Anything. Pick words from the job description. Make sure that you script your answer. When you are scripting your answer, step one, read the job description. Examples. Write down these examples. Think about present examples and past examples that can help you talk about these attributes. Okay, let's say you are hardworking. Show it through an example. Let's say you are an excellent communicator. Give an example how you led the sales team to get the highest sales target. Say that I'm an right. So these are that you can do when you are talking about your when you're answering this question. Make sure though that your answer is not more than 1 minute. Okay. So I guess that is all for today. Thank you for staying till the end. If you have any grammar questions or you want to improve your English, Then at inlingua, you can join any one of the communication skills courses, any of the business communications courses. And we have, in our courses, we do an assessment and put the students level-wise. So it will help you really improve your confidence and help you improve faster. Any questions that you have, you can send us a direct message in our on Instagram or on Facebook, and somebody from inlingua will get back to you. Thank you all. Thank you for participating, and have a great day. Best of luck.